35 candidates just competed to be Peru's next president, and we still don't know who won. A lot's happened all over the world, so let's get into some international news. Peru's had three presidents since October 2025 alone. Polling stations turned away 63,000 voters over missing ballots. One candidate cried fraud without evidence, and EU observers found nothing. A Senate hadn't existed in Peru for decades. They just brought it back mid chaos. Serbian students have been in the streets for 17 months now. It started when a train station roof collapsed and killed 16 people, and people decided they were done. This month, police raided the University of Belgrade, the last institution the rector says is willing to stand up to the ruling party. These students have cycled 1,400 kilometers to Strasbourg to make their case to the EU institutions. Serbia's civic space has especially been classified as repressed. Balkan Insight has the full timeline. In Africa, the US, the EU, the World Bank, and southern African nations are building a railway through Angola, the DRC, and Zambia, and it's quietly one of the biggest geopolitical contests on the planet right now. The DRC holds over 75% of global cobalt. The DRC Zambia belt holds 13% of global copper. That's the entire EV battery supply chain running through one corridor. American and European money signed in January 2026. China's watching, and Africa finance corporations have been covering every move. Meanwhile, Syria is attempting a $216 billion economic rebuild. The US lifted its embargo last June. The EU followed. Saudi Arabia is in for $2 billion. Chevron just signed an MOU on Syria's first offshore oil field, and the finance minister is projecting nearly 10% growth. 3.7 million refugees are still abroad, and analysts at the Atlantic Council are flagging the same corruption dynamics that helped bring down the Assad as the primary risk here. The money is moving faster than the governance. And finally, Belgium's new government is pushing major austerity cuts under EU deficit rules, and workers are not having it. National strikes have rolled through transport, healthcare, and public services. Protesters say the cuts hit workers and pensioners while corporate tax deals stay untouched. Politico Europe points out Belgium isn't alone. France, Italy, Spain are all caught in the same trap between EU fiscal rules and the population's exhaustion by a decade of cuts. That's it for today's international news. Thank you for watching.